For decades, Wayne Carini has stood as a towering figure in the exclusive, often secretive world of classic car restoration. His name became synonymous with impeccable craftsmanship, unwavering integrity, and an almost mystical ability to unearth forgotten automotive treasures. Through his beloved TV show Chasing Classic Cars, he invited millions into this rarefied domain, solidifying his reputation as one of the most trusted and knowledgeable experts. But what happens when that meticulously built foundation of trust is put under an unprecedented, jarring assault? What if the very pillars of his public image begin to crack under the weight of unexpected legal issues and a barrage of controversies that seem to come rushing at him out of the blue? This isn't just about a few minor hiccups. It's about a series of shocking revelations that threaten to tarnish a lifetime of dedication and respect. Let's pull back the curtain and find out what truly happened to Wayne Carini, and how his celebrated pursuit of automotive history became embroiled in a deeply unsettling mess. Long before the bright lights of television cameras, Wayne Carini was simply a young boy, born in Portland, Connecticut, with grease under his fingernails and the intoxicating scent of gasoline in his nostrils. His father, Robert "Bob" Carini, owned a humble yet highly respected shop that fixed and restored classic American cars. Growing up surrounded by these magnificent machines, Wayne developed an almost instinctive love for old vehicles. A pivotal moment burned into his memory came at just 9 years old, a transformative ride in a 1960 Ferrari Rosso Chiaro 250 SWB, an experience that ignited a lifelong, burning passion for Ferraris and vintage automobiles. This hands-on upbringing, working alongside his father, proved crucial. From a tender age, he helped restore legendary and incredibly valuable cars like Duesenbergs, Lincolns, Packards, and Ford Model A's, honing his skills and imbibing the meticulous art of fixing and maintaining these historic beauties. His father's profound passion and encyclopedic knowledge instilled in Wayne a deep respect for the history and authenticity of each vehicle. This potent family influence, coupled with mentorship from Ferrari experts like François Sicard and the invaluable friendship of Luigi Chinetti Jr., whose father founded the first Ferrari dealership in the U.S., forged Wayne's dedication to high-quality car restoration. After briefly considering a career in teaching, the irresistible pull of the automotive world brought him back. In 1973, he took the reins of his father's shop, transforming it into a haven for classic car restoration. Over the decades, he expanded his enterprise, working on luxury and rare cars for a roster of celebrity clients, including David Letterman and tennis star Ivan Lendl. His reputation for careful, high-quality work and an almost obsessive commitment to authenticity led him to establish 3 cornerstone businesses in Portland, Connecticut: F40 Motorsports, Continental Auto, and Carini Carrozzeria. F40 Motorsports became his specialty dealership, curating rare and historically significant cars, offering sales, appraisals, and expert guidance. Continental Auto emerged as a premier repair facility for high-end and exotic vehicles, renowned for its expert technicians. But his true passion, and where he dedicates most of his time, is Carini Carrozzeria, a restoration shop recognized globally for its meticulous craftsmanship and unwavering dedication to preserving automotive heritage, restoring rare vehicles to concourse-level glory. It was a foundation built on trust, integrity, and unparalleled expertise. But this very bedrock was about to face its most severe, most public, and most unsettling test. Just when everything seemed firmly under control, an unexpected, bewildering turn of events shattered that calm. Wayne Carini's legal troubles began with what appeared to be a straightforward transaction involving a breathtakingly rare 1934 Pierce Arrow coupe. However, the story of this particular vehicle had a shadowy, complex history that stretched back years before Wayne ever became involved. Back in 2000, an Australian antique car collector, identified as Richmond, paid a staggering $98,000 for the rare vehicle. The seller, a man named Gary, was supposed to deliver the car as agreed, but instead, in a stunning act of deception, he fraudulently registered the vehicle in his own name, brazenly cutting out the rightful buyer, Richmond, entirely. For over a decade, the Pierce Arrow remained hidden from public view, a ghost in the automotive world, while Richmond was left without the vehicle he had paid for. Then, in 2017, the ghost car reappeared. Gary, now facing financial hardship, decided it was time to sell. Wayne Carini, by then a globally respected figure in the vintage car community and the owner of multiple highly reputable companies, was contacted to appraise the vehicle. Unaware of its tangled, deceitful past, Wayne evaluated the car at a significant price between $110,000 and $120,000. When it subsequently went up for sale, he decided to acquire it himself. Unfortunately, Wayne remained completely oblivious to the fact that Gary's ownership documents were, in fact, fraudulently obtained. Gary had meticulously secured false paperwork to make it appear he was the legitimate owner, and Wayne, acting entirely in good faith and believing the sale was legitimate, proceeded with the purchase. The situation escalated dramatically in 2018 when Richmond, the original defrauded buyer, managed to painstakingly trace the elusive vehicle and discovered it had changed hands multiple times, finally landing with Wayne. Frustrated, furious, and fiercely determined to reclaim what he believed was rightfully his, Richmond initiated a lawsuit. Wayne Carini, his company F40 Motorsports, and several other parties were named as defendants in a legal battle that brought to light years of shady, deceitful dealings surrounding the unique Pierce Arrow coupe. Court documents later confirmed that Wayne had acted without any malicious intent whatsoever, genuinely believing the documents he received were authentic. Still, the court required him to assist in refunding part of the disputed payment to help resolve the complex case. This incident highlighted just how perilously easily trust can be exploited and manipulated in the high-stakes, often opaque world of classic car sales. Even seasoned, scrupulously honest professionals like Wayne Carini could be unwittingly pulled into devastating legal and financial turmoil due to expertly falsified paperwork and under-the-radar transactions. While Wayne was ultimately cleared of any wrongdoing in the fraud, the case still cast a long, unsettling shadow over his reputation and his business, F40 Motorsports, exposing vulnerabilities that no one had truly anticipated. The Pierce Arrow lawsuit brought significant media attention and considerable legal pressure on Wayne, but it was far from the only controversy tied to his extensive business dealings. Another dispute, equally unsettling in its own way, had quietly surfaced, this time involving a high-end sale directly through his company, F40 Motorsports. This particular incident raised serious, troubling questions about the company's customer service standards and internal communication practices, issues that would later prove deeply damaging. The core of the problem centered around the sale of a luxurious 2007 Lamborghini Gallardo, a high-performance machine that had been prominently advertised with a rare and highly coveted luxury luggage package, an exclusive accessory valued at an estimated $8,800. This bespoke luggage set was not just an add-on. It was a key selling point for the discerning buyer, who was eager to finalize the purchase with the clear understanding that the complete package, including the luggage, would be included with the vehicle. However, when the highly anticipated vehicle was finally delivered, the buyer made a startling and frustrating discovery. The exclusive luggage set and, even more critically, the car's spare key were inexplicably missing. What followed was a drawn-out, agonizing series of communications between the increasingly frustrated buyer and F40 Motorsports. According to detailed posts on Lamborghini Talk, a prominent online automotive forum where the buyers shared their infuriating experience, the company's responses were inconsistent, often delayed, and frequently vague. Promises to resolve the matter reportedly went unfulfilled for weeks, fueling the buyers' profound frustration and sense of being strung along. Ultimately, after growing tired of what they described as woefully inadequate customer service and a lack of accountability, the buyer initiated legal action, escalating the dispute. The matter was eventually settled out of court, a resolution that finally saw the buyer receive the missing luggage package and spare key via FedEx. However, the lengthy, difficult, and emotionally draining resolution process left an indelible negative impression. Despite Wayne Carini reportedly stepping in personally to help settle the issue, the damage to the crucial client relationship and to F40 Motorsports' reputation was already, perhaps irrevocably, done. While this case didn't receive the same level of sensational public attention as the high-profile Pierce Arrow lawsuit, it nevertheless cast a significant shadow over Wayne's business practices. It served as a stark, cautionary tale about the critical importance of clear, unambiguous communication, scrupulously accurate advertising, and promptly responsive customer service, especially within the rarefied, expectation-laden luxury and collector car market, where clients expect nothing less than perfection and uncompromising accountability. More broadly, the incident vividly illustrated the severe reputational risks constantly faced by high-end dealers. Trust and transparency are not just important. They are absolutely crucial in a market where 6- and 7-figure transactions are often based on little more than a handshake and a promise. Even a seemingly relatively minor oversight, like a missing accessory, can quickly escalate into a full-blown legal and public relations crisis, if not handled with immediate professionalism, genuine urgency, and unwavering transparency. This case became a clear, unsettling example of how transactions that might appear straightforward on the surface can, with shocking speed, escalate into serious reputational risks, particularly in the high-stakes world of luxury and collector car sales, where the integrity of every transaction is paramount. The legal challenges and the series of public disputes that Wayne Carini became embroiled in had far-reaching, devastating consequences that extended well beyond the immediate financial strain on his businesses. While the monetary impact was undoubtedly significant, affecting daily operations, crucial partnerships, and potential future opportunities, the damage went deeper, striking directly at the heart of something even more vital and intangible: his reputation. For decades, Wayne had painstakingly built a name for himself, meticulously cultivating an image founded on bedrock principles of trust, integrity, and uncompromising professionalism within the classic car community and, increasingly, with the wider public through his popular television presence. His reputation wasn't just a personal asset. It was the very foundation upon which much of his celebrated career, his profound success, and his unique standing in the industry had been built. As news of the legal issues, particularly the Pierce Arrow lawsuit, spread like wildfire, it threatened to systematically destroy the public confidence and the deep industry respect that had taken him decades of relentless dedication and hard work to earn. In a specialized field where reputation often carries as much, if not more, weight than technical expertise, the stakes were incredibly, almost existentially high. The fallout from these disputes risked undoing years of hard-earned credibility, dissolving it like sugar in water. For someone who is both a highly visible public figure and universally well-regarded within the tight-knit collector car community, involvement in multiple lawsuits, even when there is no proven wrongdoing on their part, can effortlessly create widespread doubt and corrosive mistrust among discerning collectors, loyal clients, and devoted fans. Although Wayne consistently acted in good faith, the pervasive controversy surrounding the crucial ownership verification process sparked considerable discussion, concern, and even alarm among enthusiasts and serious collectors alike. This kind of corrosive mistrust is more than enough to critically affect business, as buyers, especially in the high-end market, overwhelmingly prioritize dealers known for their impeccable, unblemished integrity. The disputes also tragically revealed underlying systemic issues within Wayne's company, particularly in its customer service operations. Some formerly satisfied buyers began cautiously sharing their concerns in online forums and review sites, subtly pointing to persistent communication problems and occasional, frustratingly small mistakes made by the staff. One anonymous former client, posting on a prominent collector car forum, described F40 Motorsports as trustworthy but overwhelmed, suggesting that while the business maintained its core integrity, it was making minor errors that were symptomatic of a business struggling to keep pace with the relentless demands of operating at the absolute top tier of the ultra-competitive automotive world. Importantly, this criticism was not a personal indictment of Wayne's character, but rather a profound reflection of the significant growing pains experienced by a company attempting to scale its operations in a highly discerning and intensely competitive market. The high-profile nature of the lawsuits, even though they received less media attention than might be expected, served to highlight that trust is an especially fragile commodity in a niche market like the classic car industry, where an unblemished reputation is, quite literally, everything. For Wayne, maintaining his hard-won credibility meant not only addressing these controversies and legal disputes directly and transparently, but also implementing significantly stronger safeguards to prevent similar, damaging issues from ever recurring in the future. His challenges forced him to critically evaluate and fundamentally adjust how his companies conducted their business. This painful period served as a clear, undeniable reminder that any single misstep, no matter how minor or unintentional, could with terrifying speed catastrophically damage the trust that forms the absolute cornerstone of the collector car market. Although Wayne and F40 Motorsports eventually resolved the disputes, the lingering doubts among some clients highlighted just how incredibly high the stakes are when trust underpins an entire, multi-million-dollar industry. Wayne Carini's ordeal, the legal challenges, and the surrounding controversies were far more than just personal headaches. They served as a resounding wake-up call for him personally, and for countless others across the entire classic car community. While legal issues are, regrettably, not uncommon in this intricate world, where vehicle ownership histories often span many decades and involve multiple owners, each with their own paper trails, the extensive public attention given to Wayne's cases exposed profound vulnerabilities that even well-established, universally trusted names are tragically not immune to. An automotive legal expert, commenting on these high-profile cases, pointed out that disputes like these unequivocally emphasize the critical, indispensable importance of conducting thorough, exhaustive title searches, maintaining scrupulously clear and consistent communication between all buyers and sellers, and ensuring absolutely airtight documentation throughout every single vehicle transaction, no matter how small or large. Wayne's recent difficult experiences stand as a prime example of this harsh reality. Despite his extensive, almost unparalleled experience and his unimpeachable professionalism, he encountered significant issues that tragically revealed how even the most seasoned experts can inadvertently miss potential red flags when relying solely on the paperwork provided by others. Wayne's remarkable journey from a passionate, grease-stained car enthusiast working diligently in his father's humble garage to a globally renowned figure in the collector car world is a powerful testament to his unwavering dedication, his innate skill, and his boundless love for automotive history. Over many decades, he meticulously built a reputation not only as a master restorer, capable of resurrecting automotive ghosts, but as an utterly trusted name in a highly specialized niche market where personal relationships and absolute authenticity are, quite literally, everything. However, as his recent difficult story tragically reveals, even the most respected professionals, the seemingly untouchable icons, are not immune to the inherent vulnerabilities of an industry built precariously on complex, often historical, documentation, and, at its core, on fragile human trust. The legal disputes and the public controversies surrounding Wayne Carini, particularly the Pierce Arrow lawsuit and the unsettling Lamborghini luggage case, served as stark, unforgettable reminders that a single misstep, an unintentional association with wrongdoing, or even a seemingly minor oversight can have far-reaching, devastating effects on a career painstakingly built over half a century. But rather than letting these controversies define him, to crush his spirit and extinguish his passion, Wayne appears to be fiercely determined to let them refine him, to sharpen his resolve. His actions in response to these profound challenges, proactively tightening documentation standards across all his businesses, openly and transparently addressing customer concerns, and bravely speaking out about the painful lessons learned, reflect the character of a man who profoundly understands the immense weight of reputation and the solemn responsibility that comes with leadership in such a high-stakes, high-trust industry. He's a man who, despite the public turmoil, remains deeply devoted to his family, including his efforts to support autism research inspired by his daughter and passionate about mentoring younger generations in the automotive hobby, showing a multifaceted character beyond the headlines. In the end, Wayne Carini's compelling story is far more than just a cautionary tale for the classic car industry. It's also a powerful, inspiring narrative of resilience, adaptation, and an unwavering commitment to integrity. He is now actively, tirelessly trying to ensure his enduring legacy, a legacy built on rust and dreams, is not destroyed by the unforeseen storms of controversy. So, what is the enduring spirit of the master restorer, the final word on a legend who faced down unprecedented public scrutiny? Wayne Carini's journey has transformed him from a universally cherished icon into a deeply human figure, tested by the unforgiving glare of public scrutiny and the harsh realities of legal battles. His story powerfully reiterates the profound, almost heartbreaking fragility of trust in niche, high-value markets, where a lifetime of hard work can seem to vanish in the blink of an eye. Yet, through it all, Wayne Carini's unwavering passion for automotive history, his deep-seated commitment to his craft, and his transparent response to adversity continue to shine through. He has shown the world that even the most trusted names can stumble, but it's how they rise, how they adapt, and how they learn that truly defines their legacy. His journey offers lasting lessons, not just for car enthusiasts and professionals, but for anyone navigating a world where reputation is everything. What will truly be his ultimate, indelible legacy? Only time, and perhaps a few more perfectly restored classics, will definitively tell.